The AI race in 2026 is not what you think it is. The company you assume is winning is actually losing ground every single week, and the real leader is one almost nobody talked about 2 years ago. In the next few minutes, you are going to see exactly who is on top right now, why the leaderboard flipped, and what it means for the tools you use every day. Stay to the end, because the last section changes how you should pick which AI to trust with your work. Let us start with what people get wrong. Most people still think the AI race is about who has the biggest model. It is not. In 2026, size stopped mattering the moment inference costs dropped by more than 90% in 18 months. The real race today is about 3 things: speed, cost, and where the model actually lives. If a model cannot answer you in under 2 seconds, run on your own device, and costs less than a fraction of a cent per query, it is losing. That single shift is why the leaderboard looks nothing like it did in 2024. Section 1. The current leader might surprise you. Right now, the fastest growing AI in real usage is not the one with the flashiest demos. It is the one quietly powering search, browsers, and phone assistants for hundreds of millions of people. When you measure the race by daily active queries, the winner is whoever ships an AI feature you use without even thinking about it. That is why the browser-based and phone-based assistants have overtaken the standalone chatbots. You do not open an app to talk to AI anymore. You just work, and the AI is already there. Section 2. Why the previous champions slipped. The companies that led in 2023 and 2024 made a bet that people would come to their website, pay a monthly fee, and use their model for everything. That bet worked for about 18 months. Then 2 things happened. Open weights models caught up on quality. And the cost of running a good model on a laptop or a phone fell off a cliff. Suddenly you did not need a $200 subscription. You needed a $5 API call or a free download. The moment that happened, the winners were not the companies with the best model. They were the companies with the best distribution. And distribution in 2026 means browsers, phones, and integrations you never see. Section 3. What it means for you right now. If you are picking an AI tool today, stop asking which one is smartest. That question is basically settled. The top 5 are all good enough for 95% of what you will ever ask. Start asking 3 different questions. First, where does this model run? If it runs on your device, your data never leaves. That matters more every year. Second, how does it connect to the tools you already use? An AI that lives inside your email, your calendar, and your browser will save you more time than the smarter model you have to open in a separate tab. Third, who is paying for it? If a model is free forever with no clear business model, you are the product. If a model has a paid tier that funds the free tier, it will survive. If a model only exists because a giant company is subsidizing it to hurt a competitor, it will disappear the moment that fight ends. The uncomfortable truth is that the AI race in 2026 is being won by the boring stuff. Not by the flashiest demo. Not by the biggest model. But by the companies that figured out how to make AI show up in the exact moment you need it, on the device you already have, for a price you barely notice. That is why the leaderboard looks the way it does. And that is why the next 12 months are going to reshuffle it again, because at least 2 companies you have never heard of are about to ship the next default AI experience. Here is what you should do this week. Pick one tool you use every day. Look at whether it already has an AI feature built in. If it does, use it for a full week before you reach for a separate AI app. You will be shocked how often the built-in option is now good enough. That is the whole story of the 2026 AI race in one habit. The winners are the ones you do not have to think about. The losers are the ones asking you to switch tabs. Let me give you a few more concrete signals to watch, because most people are still looking at the wrong scoreboard. First, watch inference cost per million tokens across the top providers. When that number falls faster than model quality rises, the race is being won by whoever ships integrations, not whoever ships the biggest brain. Second, watch which AI features get quietly added to the operating systems on your phone and your computer. Those are not press releases. They are strategic moves that lock in hundreds of millions of users the day they turn on. Third, watch the browser layer. The browser is turning into the new operating system for AI, and whoever controls the browser controls the default answer to every question you type. If a company you like is not fighting for that layer, they are not really in the race anymore. Another thing almost nobody talks about is the enterprise angle. The AI race for consumers gets all the headlines, but the biggest money in 2026 is being made behind the scenes, inside companies you have never seen the AI in. Legal teams, hospitals, banks, and logistics companies are quietly deploying models that never appear in a leaderboard. The winners in that world are not the flashy names. They are the ones with strong privacy, on-premise deployment, and boring but reliable tools. If you work at a company, watch what your IT team is quietly rolling out. That is the real signal about which AI is winning the market that pays the bills. One last thing before the recap. Do not fall for the hype cycle. Every 3 months a new model gets called the winner. Every 3 months a new model gets called the loser. If you switch tools every quarter, you will lose more time than you save. Pick one main AI, learn its shortcuts, learn what it is bad at, and stick with it long enough to actually get compounding value. The people getting the most out of AI in 2026 are not the ones with the most subscriptions. They are the ones with the deepest habits. Quick recap. The AI race is no longer about the biggest model. It is about speed, cost, and where the model lives. The current leaders are the ones baked into your browser, your phone, and your everyday tools. The old champions are slipping because distribution now beats raw quality. And the way you should choose an AI is by asking 3 questions. Where does it run? What does it connect to? Who is paying for it? Answer those 3 and you will pick the right tool almost every time. The next video covers the AI model that quietly changed everything in 2026 and why almost nobody noticed until it was already dominating. Subscribe so you catch it the moment it drops.